Hi guys, welcome to Makin Sawdust. I'm Kevin. But you already knew that, I think. And if you didn't know that, hey, I'm Kevin. Today is shop vlog number 3. I'm going to answer a few questions that I've got and some comments about some camera equipment, dirt walls, DIY slat wall, my bandsaw, and I'm just going to give you a little run around what I got going on in the shop right now. It is a disaster, so please don't judge. Let's get right into it. What was the first question somebody had? It was actually from Carl Pope Woodcraft. Hey Carl, what is up? He was asking about my camera equipment. Smartphones, man. I am filming on a Droid, which is a Motorola. It's a Droid Turbo 2, I believe. That's my older phone, and we upgraded, so I basically use it as a camera now that is in my gimbal. I have a Chinese-made gimbal, so it's no shaky camera, stuff like that. I can't even pronounce the name of it, but that's what I'm using right now. My main camera is my Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. Really nice unit right here. I'll use that for a lot of my still shots and everything I put in the tripod, which brings me to my next. I actually have a tiny little tripod down there. I'll just walk down there, guys. It was actually a tripod a subscriber of mine, a friend of mine, sent me. It is a UB size tripod. I was doing an Instagram story, so I have it set up in a vertical mode like that. I also use a Rode shotgun mic. It's a Video Micro, and actually I'll insert a picture of my old tripod. It's basically one of those yellow telescopic tripods that those halogen work lamps go on. I salvaged it at a garage sale or something. Can't remember what. Made a wooden mount for it to basically hold my phone. Use what you got, not what you ain't, kind of things. Budget friendly. I had wood, so that's what I use. So that really is my camera setup. I want to upgrade pretty soon, probably in a month, 2 months maybe, to a GoPro Hero 8 Black. A buddy of mine has one of those, and it's just awesome. The video quality is just insane. But I'm also going to need a computer to edit on. Right now I edit all of my videos on mobile using KineMaster. Leaves a watermark because I just haven't pulled the trigger on paying like the $30 for remove the watermark and get the premium features on that. But I edit everything on mobile, and if you guys ever have any questions on editing on mobile, shoot me out, give me a DM or something, I'll help you out. Projects that we have going on in the shop right now. I have, let me push my button here. Oh, that didn't work. There we go. I have 3 of these hardwood butch blocks, 12 by 18s, that need to get thicknessed. On my drum sander, I actually have another one right there that needs to get glued up and thicknessed. It is busy in the Makin Sawdust shop. I have a piece of wall art that I am making for a customer. This is going to be super cool. This is 24 by 36. It is a black bear. I've used some old hemlock barnwood, and it's going to get a frame around it. Right now I am just finishing up my painting of my background, which is right here. I'll show you that. A piece of plywood, 1/4 inch luan, I've actually masked off a couple areas like there and up around the back side or top side, because that's actually where I'm going to glue the plywood to my wall art on the back side. And that's pretty neat. I fixed my bandsaw. The lower guide broke on my bandsaw. I was actually making a video of that, but the footage was kind of junky, and it would have been like a 25-minute video, and I just inset my broken part, and I'll inset it working right there. I actually used epoxy, and it works really good, so happy about that. I'm going to end up changing the urethane wheels on the bandsaw itself. Found a good place to source those. I'll probably put a new drive belt on it too, so stay tuned for like a maintenance bandsaw video pretty soon. What else do I got? If you guys have missed it, I did slat wall. It was all repurposed from a big like a grocery store or clothing store, retailer outlet, slat wall. Got this all put up, and I am getting ready to do some tool holders. I want to make, obviously, tool holders for like my Forstner bits, my plane, drill bits, all my impact driver bits, spade bits, my squares, my measuring devices, you name it, lots of other stuff. I actually, let me flip the camera around for you guys. I don't know if I can do it. Yeah, I can. Card catalog cabinet. I moved up back here. I've got my tops and dies. Put in another one drawer. Another metric tap and die set. On that drawer, my wireless mic, my lav mic, and some dividers and things like that. I'm getting ready to fill this thing up. My Kennedy tool cabinet is just disorganized. There's so much stuff in it. I have this whole drawer right here is full of files. I have so many files. So I actually want to make some tool holders for that. We'll be right back. My furnace just kicked on. One of my next projects is some electric. If you noticed in my bench build and in my slat wall video, I just have a 4-gang electric box kind of hanging off the ceiling right now. It was attached to one of the railroad ties that was the old original support for the house that I've since taken out. So I had to kind of just relocate it. Haven't hooked it back up yet. I mean, I have electric going to it, I can use it, but I just don't know where to place it. And I have some extra wire and more electric outlets, so I'm going to be wiring in more outlets coming down this run. I need to hook up my dust collector. Basically, it's just my shop vac sitting over here, and I just run the hose to my shop smith or over to my planer. And I also need to hook it up to my table saw. But I have some parts from Amazon for a DIY cyclone separator. So I am going to be building a cyclone separator. Most likely also putting my shop vac right kind of in this hole right here with the separator. I'll be cutting this other railroad tie off, and there's some space down in behind there that I can use for maybe the cyclone. And so I need some electric. And right where I'm kind of kneeling right now is where I want to place my shop smith drum sander. So having a cyclone and the, whatever you call it, shop vac, sorry, right in this area, then I can hook up my Shopsmith drum sander, main line going down here to my planer, and then also relocate my job site table saw underneath the bench down here. So another project. So just wanted to keep you guys kind of informed of what the progress I'm making down here, kind of building my dungeon into the workshop. A lot of you guys had questions, especially Pallet Punter, wondering why there is dirt in my wood shop. This is a basement. It's a tiny house, not a tiny house, one of your modern tiny houses with wheels, but this is a very small house, almost 100 years old. It sat on the dirt, the whole house. And at some point, 40, 50 years ago, they jacked up the house, put in a cement block foundation, 3 blocks tall, on top of a cement footer. And it's actually exposed. Well, you can see it exposed right there. And then behind my slat wall, if you haven't seen all of the dirt that I excavated, watch one of my older bench build videos. I'll link that right there. And you can really see where the footing and the cement blocks start. They did that, and then they excavated underneath the house to create an area for hot water heater, forced air furnace, things like that, and all the mechanicals. So it's a really dry climate we live in, desert-like climate. We only average about 14 inches of precipitation a year. So when it does rain, it's hard and fast, and it runs away so quick. There's never been any water in this basement. The foundation, the dirt, basically, is like a bentonite and a clay sand mix. So it's super tough, super hard. So the foundation isn't going to wash away anytime soon. This is a rental house, so I have to kind of use what I got. Very unique situation having dirt walls and a dirt floor in a shop. But I'm kind of blessed. It's warm down here. Got my workshop, man, and I live right upstairs. So electric dust collector, cyclone. I'm probably going to mount my bandsaw to the bench sometime soon, and then get started on my radial arm saw restoration and get that mounted so I can use it also. So glad you guys stuck around. Let me ramble for a little while. I just wanted to keep you guys up to date on what we got going on here in the shop, and I want to be an encouragement and an inspiration for you folks that may have a unique situation. Maybe you live in a rental house with a dirt basement and don't think you can get started and have a wood shop down there. Well, living proof that you can do it, man. Whatever situation you have, whether it's an 8x10 shed or a 40x60 pole barn, get out there and make some sawdust. Thanks, guys.